Alright guys, welcome back to week 3 of the side quest. You can go grab your entry tickets into the first part of the side quest as usual. You'll have 4 of them, and we're going to jump in, and on the left side it is the one with Doom here. We're going to go ahead and I'll show you who the champions are, and I'll give you, you can fast forward through my playthrough of both paths. You've got a Mystic path here with either Doom or Kindred. The next fight is either going to be Mangog or the Destroyer, and the last fight is going to be Dragon Man or Sasquatch. And I feel like we've had this similar run before. On the left side, it's going to be Airwalker or Vision Arcus. It's either going to be Annihilus or Nova. And the last one is either going to be Heimdall or Gore. So grab your, Mystic teams or your Science teams and just go ham through these fights. They're not too crazy at all, but basically do it 4 times. On threat level 5, you will get some tier 6 class catalyst crystals from the objective, and you'll get your entry tickets into the second part of the side quest with the same 4 individual rewards and some tier and some 7-star shards at the end. So I'm gonna, and also remember to check your Mysterium, spend that Mysterium, grab some catalysts and shards. That's what I do, and then go ahead and finish it up. So I'll meet you at the end once you've watched all the fights here, and I'll show you how we did the 4 bosses in the second half. Alright guys, now that I've done this the quest 4 times, so I get my last run through, and I am going to get the objective, which is some tier 6 class catalyst crystals, and so I'm going to go ahead and grab those, and now I can go and check out the second part of the side quest, the Human Torch one, and we're going to run through all 4 fights. So the first fight is Nova. I did this one with Chavez. There's Limber, Matador, Power Shield, but there's also the node that when you get a bar of power, you have like 8 seconds to use it. So basically, I just end up spamming a bunch of special ones, evading a lot of Nova's specials, and just spamming special one the entire time. So it's really nothing too crazy here, but every time you get a bar of power, you got to use that bar of power. So I was just spamming special ones. I'm sure there are lots of other champions that can do this, but I didn't even play that great, but I'm not going to go ahead and redo it once I got the solo. So I'm just showing you the fight that I had. I did speed it up because it did take a little while to get through it. It was just the same thing over and over and over again, but that is what I did with Chavez against Nova here. So I'll fast forward, I'll let the music play out for the rest of this fight, and I'll show you the second one. All right, the second fight here is a Ghost Rider. Again, I did fast forward through this one. Basically, there's Bubble Shield, Down and Out, Mighty Charge. You need to knock him down in order to remove the protection. There's also Matador, which means you're not going to be able to parry him as easily. But all you want is someone with prowess, because you're going to be doing your damage. Basically, any special that you do with a prowess is going to be the one that is going to get you the damage. So as long as you have that, then you are good to go. So I spent a lot of this fight just trying to get a... I'm not good at reparrying, but, you know, hit into the block and then parry the light attack and then get a heavy, or use my striker to get an opening for a heavy. And at the same time, I picked Dust, so you build up a bunch of charges, drop the heavy, which then gives you prowess, which then you can throw your specials and you can do big damage. So I know like champs like Bishop probably have much easier access to prowess, thinking about it afterwards. But yeah, mutants with prowess are going to be your ones for this fight. Again, I probably could have done a lot better. Let me know who you used in the comments down below. But that is what I used, and I got the solo. It did take a little while, so I did fast forward through the fight. We'll let the music play out, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, next up we got Psycho Man with another interesting fight. He is going to auto-block you unless you have buffs, but at the same time, he's also going to reflect any physical damage right back to you, and he is going to like copy a bunch of like unblockables and then destructible buffs, so you don't want to deal with that. So I picked Shuri as someone without really having any buffs, and figure I can get damage over time. Also, you can't parry twice in a row without getting faltered. So I do that a couple times at the beginning. But then what I basically end up doing is I parry, get like 1 or 2 hits in, get some shocks on, slowly build up to a special, and then once then I'll parry into a special and get a bunch of shocks on, wait for that timer to reset again, parry and heavy, and get some of those passive shocks on, and then I just slowly whittle him down throughout the fight. And you can see here I'm just going to wait for that timer to go down. Then I go ahead and parry grab the passive shocks on him. Now I'm just going to wait in between each one in order to just keep refreshing the shocks, getting the special one when I get enough power. But I'm basically just dancing around the falter timer, and then just by parrying and then getting my hits and specials off, I don't end up getting auto blocked, and I don't take any of the physical reflected damage because all my attacks are energy. So again, not the craziest fight. I'm sure there's some other options in there, but this is what I ended up using, and this is what I got the solo with. So that's what we're going with. So again, any comments down below help everyone else out, but this is what I had. We'll let the music play out, and we'll get you to the last fight. Last but not least, we've got this Human Torch fight where if he gets 5 buffs, he goes indestructible for the rest of the fight unless you have some way of nullifying those buffs. Using a Mystic against Torch is never a good idea. So, and anytime you you don't want someone that can have buffs, because he puts a lot of furies on you when you block him, and so you end up getting a bunch of furies on you, and then he takes the furies. It gets really ugly really fast. So I suggest going in with someone without any buffs, and Titania works absolutely fantastic here. There's also Conflictor, so every time you put a debuff on, just remember he's going to purify it and he's going to get a bunch of power. Here I'm just going to use I'm not going to knock him down pretty much, even though Titania, you can knock him down a bit because she does have a neutralize on her heavy, which then stops him from getting the fury from knocking him down. So I guess that helps out a little bit. But in the end, I'm just going to build up to a special 3, get him to about 50% health or so, and then I'm just going to let it rip with the special 3 and just heavy spam in the corner to finish him off. So again, no buffs is really the big issue here. So buff immune, I think, is ideal, and someone that you want to be able to do damage without really knocking him down too much, and at the same time you don't want to be using energy damage. You don't really want to be using Mystics. That's not going to be fun with Human Torch. So but Titania absolutely shredded on this fight, and that's what we did. So we're going to heavy spam in the corner here, and we are going to take him out. And then just remember, when you do your 4 fights, to finish the path, then go back in one more time and go right up the middle, and that will get you the 100% exploration rewards, which include those 2,000 7-star shards and a profile pick and all that fun stuff. So hope you enjoyed the breakdown for week 3, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.